time for tuning into Sin's Workshop. Hope you are all having a wonderful day. We're going to be talking about Yesterworld by Rebecca Phelps today. First of all, I want to thank the author for giving me this book. It was in one of my Book of the Month polls. It didn't win, however, but she graciously just said, hey, you want a copy, and sent it my way. I'm saying that because that in no way colors my opinion of this book. I get free books all the time, and you guys have seen some of my not too great reviews on some of those. Let me also say, I did not know this was a book 2. I try to keep sequels out of my Book of the Month polls because then I have to go and read book 1. I didn't know this was a book 2, and I read it. I'm telling you that because surprisingly, I was not confused at all when I was reading this book. There were things that I wish I knew a little bit, or wish I had a little bit more information on, but that is not because of the storytelling. That's my own fault for not picking up book 1. Like, I had no idea this was a sequel. But let me just say, the author's storytelling, I mean, Phelps did an amazing job. Phelps just did a phenomenal job with the storytelling with this book. I was hooked from beginning to end. And then when I realized this was a book 2, I mean, I couldn't stop reading it. I was just like, I'm already in. I'm already sucked in. I need to see where the story is taking me. I loved the pacing of the story. And I like the time travel element as well. The problem with time travel books sometimes is they tend to get a little convoluted and a little complicated, that they can somewhat lose readers sometimes, you know, if they're not written or structured well enough, right? And that's just because time travel itself is such an interesting concept. I mean, you can do so much with it. You know, butterfly effect, just think of the butterfly effect. Or if you change the past, are you just going to go into a parallel universe at that point? There's so much you can do with that topic. And I like the fact that it wasn't complicated and it wasn't convoluted. We're following Marina and Adam, which, by the way, I'm Team Adam. You know, with Kieran and Brady, I mean, I don't really have an emotional connection to either of those guys. Probably because I didn't read book 1. Kieran just seems like a dick, though, after this book. And I don't know Brady enough to really connect to him and his relationship with Marina. Adam, on the other hand, I love him so much that when I got to the ending and the ending happened, I was a little heartbroken, and he better be back for book 3 because there is a book 3 called Yesterworld, and I'm really, really excited about that. I like how we're following these 2 characters to the past because they want to close all the doors. They just want to close the doors so that people will stop going into the past and creating multiple universes and just screwing everything up. Because they've already screwed things up, and they want to take responsibility for their own actions and also prevent other people from doing the same things and getting kind of power hungry, going back in time and then jumping forward into parallel universes. Because those doors exist as well you go back in time. And if you go through a different door, I mean, you're really jumping into a parallel universe at that point. It was such an interesting concept to me. And it was so engaging. And I like that Marina is a Latina. And I like that she's going to MIT. And that just resonates a lot with me because my mom, you know, we're Mexican. And she went to MIT. And I grew up there. And it's my home. So anytime people bring up MIT in books, I'm just like, yay, MIT! I'm not an MIT alum, I'm an Emerson alum, but I grew up there, so it kind of counts. In any case, I love that she's a Latina and she's, you know, incredibly smart. So that to me just spoke volumes. Like, I was able to connect to that as well. But she's really flawed too. Like, you really do get that emotional impact of what happened in the first book. You may not understand. I mean, I certainly, because I didn't read book 1, I didn't really understand the emotional impact of that book 1 had on her, but I felt it. I mean, yes, I already went to the bookstore and I bought the book. I felt that emotional toll that the events of the first book took on her. So that just says, again, a lot about the author's writing and storytelling. She's engaging. She's able to summarize much of the events in the first book before really delving into the rest of this book without hindering the pacing and without hindering the plot either. You're just engaged. I was hooked. And I didn't even read book 1. That's how well written it was. I wasn't confused. I was able to follow along, and I was engaged, and I was addicted to these characters, and Adam needs to come back for book 3. It's Adam and Marina for me. All the other guys can just shoo and go away. It's Adam and Marina. They're my team right now. I love them. I love them because they understand each other and they don't make each other feel bad. And there's no stress, and it's just... he's a good guy. And she deserves a good guy who gets her and doesn't make her feel bad. So, in any case, I'm going to go ahead and give this book 4 out of 5 stars. I really loved it. It didn't quite blow me away, but I'm super excited. Maybe I should just give it 4.5 because you can tell I'm excited about this book. You can tell I'm excited for book 3. In fact, when I finished reading this book, I went on my computer and I was just like, there needs to be a book 3. I need a book 3. I need a book 3. And lo and behold, I was very pleased to discover, yes, a book 3 was happening. I was like, yes, super happy. I was really, really, really happy about that, to discover that little piece of knowledge. So, it's going to get 4.5 out of 5 stars. If you want to go ahead and check out the book yourself, links in the description will be in the description below. See, I'm so excited I can't even talk properly. Please also don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and share it with all your book-loving friends. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Read book 1 first. And as always, happy reading.